Hey, welcome back to Tech Talk with Dan Harley. I'm Dan Harley, and this is Tech Talk episode number 118, Getting a Domain and Setting Up Email Accounts, recorded on February 28, 2018. This is also segment number 3 of the online course, Free and Almost Free Ways to Advertise Online. I appreciate the calls I've been getting for the past 2 segments, and I get lots of inquiries and lots of very interesting questions. And many want to know more about SEO of all things, search and optimization, search engine marketing. And I want to cover that more extensively because I know I'm pretty good at it, and I had lots of great information, and I want to get that out to you folks out there. But I really want to cover some core stuff before getting to that and some other advanced stuff too. And I promise I'll get there, okay? But I'm getting a lot of pressure. Everybody says, hey, we really don't know about this stuff now. So I'm going to, I'm going to be that in response to all that. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up a bit. I was thinking about maybe turning out 1 or 2 episodes a week and fulfilling the free and almost free ways to advertise online course. But I'm going to speed it up, probably get as much of the course done very quickly here. Good quality stuff, but instead of taking weeks, I'm going to get it done in a few days here. Expect a lot of these episodes rolling out with the next 2, 3, 4 days here. Okay. So anyway, in this particular episode, we're going to talk about getting a domain and set up email accounts. Okay. Now, and let me tell you a story here about this. I had a client that was with Verizon for a long time. They had their email accounts through Verizon, and when I approached them and said, you really should use a domain email. I mean, an email coming from the domain. And I got the response back was, Dan, I've been using this forever. This is my email account. This is all I'm going to use. It's too much trouble to do anything else. This is okay. I warned you. All right. So, and thinking that Verizon is such a big company and they're not going to go away, logic kind of leans towards that thinking. It's don't worry about it. Unfortunately, things happen. And one of the things that happened here was Frontier Communications took over large portions of Verizon's internet services, California, Florida, Texas, some other places here too, all of a sudden overnight. And on top of that too, Verizon Frontier also shut down Verizon's email service pretty much overnight as well. So my client and many people on Verizon all of a sudden had no email. And that obviously created panic and frenzy, what to do and what to fix all this stuff. And I jumped in obviously, and unfortunately we didn't get very far. Frontier essentially refused to help us, and my client was out not only her Verizon email account, but also years of archived emails that she left on their server. So it was pretty ugly. So I'm hoping that this segment here would convince a lot of you folks who are still using free email accounts, or email accounts that's not with your domain, to do something else here. If you're still using a Yahoo account, an AOL account, a Gmail account, a Hotmail account for your business emails, we need to really reconsider all this, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Okay, so now a lot of people think that why do you need a domain? And you think primarily you need it for a website. Well, it's not that's not the only reason why you need a domain. You also need it really for email. Okay, and in fact, it's email. You find the reason for it, the need for it as email is probably as much, if not more so, than just having than for a website. So but unfortunately, people don't think that, or they say, well, we don't. If they don't have a website, we don't need a domain, so they're going to use their Gmail accounts or Yahoo accounts or whatever forever and ever and ever. But unfortunately, like I say, it creates some issues, creates some problems when you least want to happen. So, and so anyway, and I get these questions a lot. Why do I need to get a domain email? And let me kind of depict all that stuff out here. First of all, once you have why use the domain email account is you have control over your email accounts. Okay. Whereas you do not have control if you're using a free email service such as Gmail, Yahoo, and all this stuff. You are reliant to those folks out there, those companies to provide your email service, and they help for the most part. They do a pretty good job, but you never really know what's in the future going to happen here. For example, my client thought they're going to have Verizon going to be around for a long time, and every reason think that Verizon is going to be around for a long time. Okay, I know a lot of folks are on AOL, and AOL has been bought and sold numerous times, and there's a very decent chance that AOL might just simply disappear one day. So, you don't have control over that, and you don't want to be put in a situation where all of a sudden these companies disappear out of nowhere, and you really have no say so, considering you've been using a free email account or free service for free for a very long time. You're not going to have a whole lot of say so and be able to put your foot down or sue somebody, whatever, to get that stuff back. I should also bring over here too, also these email service providers, the free ones, they dictate the service to you. Okay, and they can do a lot of things without you even wanting them to do, like for instance, like sell your contact information, and also, which in turn they'll infuse advertisement in your emails. Okay, and also there's a very real possibility of accessing your private information through emails. And there's been a big issue with China wanting to infiltrate. In fact, a lot of Yahoo got hacked years ago. Well, a lot of people's, millions of people's Yahoo accounts were hacked, and lots of information got pulled out to the public because of that. And that is one of those things that simply happen with these free email accounts. You're at the mercy of these service providers. Also, they could terminate your account without notice. I've seen this happen a lot, where people go along for years and years and years. I've had several accounts myself. My AOL account was terminated for no reason. I don't know what happened. It just went away. I got Hotmail accounts that go away. I certainly don't rely on those accounts for my primary email system, and for good reason too. I would be in the same situation. Had I been reliant on that one account for a long time or whatever, I'd be screwed, basically. Okay. Also, professionalism. This is one thing I really try to hit down home with these folks. A lot of my new clients, my business associates, whatever, if they hand me a card and I see it at Gmail or Yahoo or at Verizon, whatever, something is not a domain on there, it immediately triggers me. First of all, they're probably going to be a good client prospect for me. Second of all, they're just, you just demonstrate your technology incompetent. And it's not just me that would see that reflects on someone like me, but reflects a lot of people if you don't have a domain for your email accounts. So that professionalism, you just lose it if you use your those free email accounts as opposed to using a domain email account. Last but not least, and those folks that are in certain industries such as health and legal, you really need to pay attention to this, is security. Okay, you don't have the level of security, almost no level of security, if you're using free email accounts compared to a domain email account. In fact, if you're in a certain industry such as health, there's HIPAA compliance. So not only do you have to have a domain email, you have to have a domain email that's with a service that's HIPAA compliant. Okay, so with that said, if you have a business, also something else here too, along with security, I should bring up a little story about one of my clients that had an issue with an employee, a sales rep. She was pretty good. She was driving like a few big clients, and she's working on a big project that the entire company was counting on to close. All of a sudden, she disappeared, and it ended up she was on the background cutting deals with a competitor, and thought that she would be able to grab all the clients from her former employer and run over to the new employer. This was pretty scary. Fortunately, the company had an had email business emails and email policies in place to circumvent a lot of the issues. So they were able to stop her from accessing her email, and then retrieve those emails, and then retrace what she did. They closed the major deal with the information they got, and also they informed the legal department, which what happened, and subsequently the emails that they were able to recover from their domain email was used in legal issues. It won't get into any detail of that. So all this wouldn't be possible if they used, free email accounts or Yahoo, whatever. You have to use a domain email for this. So, if you're in those professions, you had no choice. You have to use domain emails. Okay. So anyway, that's something else here too. If you use domain email, you and your company are control over the emails. So, and I know some people would have some questions about this, and I'm be more than happy to answer them. So feel free to make sure you leave some comments and questions about that too. I'll go further with that. So anyway, those are the reasons why you want to have a domain email. Now, with that said, how do I set one up? Well, it's not really that easy. It's pretty easy to do. In fact, we're going to go desktop. I'll show you how to do all this stuff here in a matter of a few minutes, okay? So there's a little link I want you guys to pay attention to. It's primeconcepts.net/link/hostgator. Let me go and pop this thing up on the screen. Okay. What this is, it is a link to HostGator, which is one of my strategic partners. I'll be upfront. I do get some commission off of this. I had a affiliate commission off of this. As I mentioned in other episodes, that I do not endorse these companies. I do not fully endorse these companies without some. I fully endorse these folks. They're good companies. I would not endorse them if I did not fully believe in their services. So anyway, let's go desktop, and we can go and see how to pull this stuff together here. Bear with me just a little bit. We're going to go... Here we go. Okay, how you doing? We're on desktop here. We're at my site right now, primeconcepts.net. And as you see, the link is primeconcepts.net/link/hostgator. We're going to go ahead and type this in real quick. And key /hostgator. Okay, here's the link. It should pop you into something like... No, maybe it won't. Okay, let's do this. We're going to go over here. You guys see I have a couple places to do this. Here's Hostgator Hosting right here. Okay, you can click on there. Oh, there it goes. It's now finally kick it in. Okay, you should see something like this. By the way, too, these links, all my affiliate links, all the links I provide on Prime Concepts, I always make sure I try to find the best deal that's possible for any of my service providers. Okay, so you want to make sure they have the coupon codes and so on and so forth when you're checking it out, and I'll show you where it is in this thing here too. So anyway, you should pop in a screen that looks something like this. Okay, Power Web Hosting, get started. You can read all this stuff up, but really what you want to do is just go and click on Get Started. Okay. And there's going to be some questions about why HostGator is over some other folks, and we'll get into that after we're done here. Okay. You can see Powerful Web Hosting. The three plans, they have Hatchley, Baby, and Business, plus they have these other plans here for websites and stuff like that, but we're really going to worry about these three. The difference between these three here is Hatchley is for a single domain. Okay, Baby is for unlimited domains, and in other words, unlimited number of websites. Business plan is the same thing as the other two. Unlimited domains, one-click installs, free SSL certificate, free IP address, free VIP phone service. This is a little bit over the top. I usually recommend our clients to get the Baby plan. Reason being is if this is your first website, you're certainly not going to be the last website. So it's nice to have an unlimited a plan with you can put as many websites as you want in the system here. It's the same price, okay? So anyway, you click on sign up now. Now, one thing I like about HostGator's system here compared to other systems such as GoDaddy, and we're going to talk about that too, is this is one purchase thing here, one page, you're done, as opposed to all these different levels you have to go through some of these other services here. So anyway, if you don't have a domain, you can register one. Okay, this is my domain. .com, and I just got to do some samples here. It's probably not available, of course. They're going to ask you what's the domains you want to get. You want to pick a domain that that fits your that fits your company name. You don't want it too long. You want it as short as possible. Like remember, this is something that's going to be on your business card. Okay. So anyway, you go select a domain here. You can pick something out here. I'm just gonna grab something real fast, just for giggles, okay? And then we're gonna go through. There's some other things to do. Add domain privacy protection. That's entirely up to you. The domain itself, you can see, is all whopping $9 or $10. It's not a whole lot of money, okay? Now the plan here, the baby plan, which we picked earlier. You can see a billing cycle. You can have different types of billing here. This you can prepay. For 36 months, so you give you $5.95 per month. I prefer a month to month. That's just me. Okay, it's not expensive. That expensive. Whopping $12 a month, $11.95 a month. Give your username, a security pin. Okay, put your billing information in here. Okay. These here are options. You don't have to have this. Protect for hackers. These are good security measures. They're not that expensive. $2.99 a month for that. Your backup system, that's whopping $24 a month for that. As I mentioned, you should have some type of coupon code in here. So this coupon code for this particular service at this time here, this coupon code might change in the future here. So check out your billing here and see what you have here. Click the button. Follow the instructions after that, okay? You should be getting email with all your credentials, your username and password to access what's called the cPanel, okay? So I'm going to jump ahead of that. If there's an issue of trying to access all this, I don't want to get into, for a second time, I want to jump ahead, okay? But if there's an issue about you need some help with all this, give me a call. We'll work all that out, okay? Anyway, I went ahead and opened my cPanel. Once you get everything correct, you should be able to open up your what's called cPanel or control panel for long, but they call it cPanel for short. Okay, this is basically your hosting area. All right. Now looks good, look pretty intimidating. There's lots of stuff that you can do in here. Domains and software and hosting and stuff like that. We're really concerned about email accounts. So you see right here, popular email accounts. Click on that. Okay. Now I got a bunch of domains in here, so we're gonna just go ahead and pick one. You can see here. Just for the sake of I got the harleyfamily.com, which I just recently got. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an email account. Okay. So I went and clicked on the email link. I'm here and create email accounts. I'm going to create a Dan, and we're going to see real simple here. Add email account. I'm going to create an email called Dan Harley at theharleyfamily.com. I'll give it a password and all that stuff. I already made this one here, but you can see very simple to do. Create. If you don't know what a password, you can create one yourself. Okay. They can create one for you. Click all that stuff in there. One thing you want to do too is this mailbox quota. With the baby plan, all the plans that HostGator gives you, you have a limited amount of space. Okay. Also, you got a limited number of email accounts you can make too. I forgot to mention that too. Another reason why I go to HostGator. So you can have as many email accounts as you want, as unlimited space as you want, for a whopping $12 a month. So it's a really good deal. So anyway, that in mind, if you have a limited amount of space, you may as well use a limited size of email box. So go in here and click on it, and you're done. Okay. Like I say, I'm going to bypass that. If you have an issue of it not working right, we'll give it a call. We'll work all that out. Now, accessing the email account. Okay. Once you get all this done, very simple you can do here is type your domain. And very simple. If you have a host, a cPanel or host in Hostgator, it's very simple. You type in webmail. Prime Constant. My domain is primeconstant.net, and then /webmail. You should be able to get something like this. It'll sputter. Here, my hands are up here. Okay. Anyway, then you have access to either control panel or webmail. We're going to go to the webmail here right now. Okay, so that password you put into creating that account, you just put it in here too. Okay. And then you should be able to pop into something like this. This is basically web-based email. Okay, so you'll have, and then you'll also be able to access. So this is web-based email, just like your Gmail account or YouTube account or Yahoo account or AOL account and stuff like that. You can also get information on how to configure your mail client. For instance, if you want to get your email on your smartphone or an Outlook or whatever, you have this information available right here. Okay. So also too, HostGator has excellent customer service. So if you have an issue, if things not working, call them up or call me up and we'll figure all that stuff out. So anyway, as you can see here, it's pretty darn easy to do. And for, really a few bucks, you can have your own domain email, your own domain, as well as your email account system here. Okay. So should be pretty darn easy. It should be pretty darn easy here. And we're whopping a few minutes in this thing here. So anyway, let's go back to the studio and let's talk a little bit more about this. Okay. All right, back in the studio here. All right, so quick Q&A on this here. A lot of you folks, I know, a lot of my clients approach me. Hey, I already got a domain. What if I do it over? If I already have a domain, do I need to go through this HostGator stuff? No, you don't. Okay. A lot of my clients have go through GoDaddy or Network Solutions or all these other all these other domain registrants, and they'll have email services as well, and they're good. They're pretty good services. The reason why I would lean towards HostGator is because of cost. Like I say, you can see there with HostGator's baby plan, it's whopping $12 a month or $5.95, whatever it is per month if you pay in advance there. And you have unlimited number of emails, unlimited number of websites you can do. I mean, it's a really, really good deal. So that's why I lean towards HostGator. But there's nothing wrong with GoDaddy. They have a very good service. Network Solution. There's lots of professional email services out there that can host your domain email. Now, how you set those up, it's dependent on those services. You have to go to GoDaddy and work that out with them. Or call me up, we'll figure something out too, okay? Next thing is, if you're going to have this brand new email account off your domain, what do you do with your current free email account? Well, you don't, this is, a lot of people say, well, do I abandon it? So, no. In fact, you keep it, okay? There's always a need for, in fact, I got numerous free email accounts with just about every service you possibly think of, Gmail, Yahoo, and AOL, and Hotmail, and all that stuff. I keep those around because for a variety of reasons. But one thing, it kind of keeps my personal email away from my business email. Okay, so you don't have to abandon those accounts. Okay, you can still use them. But what you want to do, and this comes to the next question: how do I transfer my contacts to my new email accounts? Because quite often, you folks are out there using the same email accounts for everything for a very, very long time, and your clients, your customers know you at that email account. What you want to do is start sending emails, your business emails from your domain email to them. Do an email blast, whatever. Tell your clients, I'm now receiving emails at this email account. Please send everything here. Now, this is not going to happen instantly. You're going to have a transition of, however, if you have your email account for a long time, you might it might take quite a while for everybody to understand that you are no longer taking your business email here. Okay, you're taking it at your domain email. So, and like I say, you're not really getting rid of the email account anyway. So you're not going to lose anything. You just want to, you kind of personally direct people that conduct business with you to use your domain email. Okay, so these are three things that are usually the biggest issues when people the questions that come up with is using domain email. So anyway, in summary here, we had I showed you how to get a domain and set up email accounts on HostGator. Also, I'll show you how to access the email accounts on HostGator using your domain / webmail. And I think that's it. Okay, like I say, it should be fairly easy to do. If it's not, if you have any questions, problems, concerns, contact me. It's an email, Dan Harley at primeconstants.net, or drop a message on wherever you're seeing this at, be it YouTube or the website. Leave a comment. Also, too, just call me, 760-247-4814, and we can talk to you directly here. Most people call me anyway, so I'm flattered too. So anyway, as I mentioned, I need to fire through the other subjects here to cover that core stuff on free and almost free ways to advertise online. So I'm going to close this episode out and work on the next one right away. So anyway, and before I close here, make sure you like the fan page, subscribe to the YouTube channel or the podcast show, subscribe to our newsletter. If you don't know where any of the stuff's at, go to primeconstants.net. And you will see all the links to the web, obviously the website, but the podcast show, and the course, and the Facebook page, and everything else there at primeconstants.net. So anyway, also make sure you subscribe to our email our mailing list. It should have a link. You'll see a link there, and you get the latest and greatest of what's going on internet-wise, and some really good information. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I want to thank you for watching and listening, and good luck and Godspeed to your online success.